Question. Why isn't the importance of herbal energetics stressed more in each and every video posted on any particular herb? More often, I suppose. People watch videos on YouTube and think they're qualified to recommend herbs right away. What about the energetics of herbs? I am totally with you. I think it's really important, and it's the foundation of everything that I do. But, some people, that's not their thing, And I guess that's okay. But I always want to look, even if I find a good resource and someone says something profound about an herb that I've never heard before. Let's think of an example. This, by the way, is not in the written version. Let's say I'm thinking about barberry or Oregon grape or golden seal or coptis or argarita or some other berberine containing plants. And then I read that the constituent, berberine, seems to act as a PCSK9 inhibitor. PCSK9 is, of course, everyone's favorite Star Wars droid. No, it's actually PCSK9 inhibitors work in the liver to enhance and improve the rate that your body clears cholesterol out of the body. So, right, it enhances and improves cholesterol clearance in the body. There are certain kinds of drugs called PCSK9 inhibitors that are used as cholesterol-lowering medications is an alternative mode of action to the way that statins work, which is by impairing the production of cholesterol. So I can read something and be like, oh, that's kind of interesting. It is about berberine, the constituent, and not about plants that have berberine in it, but still pretty interesting anyway. And, berberine is a bitter compound, and bitters do, as a whole, as a general principle, improve lipid clearance from the body by their action on stimulating bile release. So that's pretty interesting. But then if I was thinking someone has high cholesterol, and I learned this about berberine, and it correlates with an herb being bitter, then I would also think and bitter herbs are cooling and drying. And if I was going to try this out with someone, is cooling and drying appropriate for them? And then if it maybe isn't, maybe someone has a colder, drier constitution, I would think that doesn't necessarily mean that I can't use it, but it does mean that I would need to maybe add some more warming and aromatic herbs and think about adding demulcents if they're more dry. And so even when I learn something that is outside of the energetic realm or an energetic presentation of a plant or a constituent in a plant, I can still backfill in the energetics myself. So just because someone doesn't convey energetics doesn't mean that we can't go and seek out energetics and backfill that information.